Hello.
Right.
Hello.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the happy hour here at Remax Heritage.
Yeah.
We're live in Westport at Cardella
Architects, yeah.
60 Post Road West.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm one of your hosts, Joe Ferrigno. I'm here with Jennifer Marie.
I'm here.
And the Pitbull, the Italian stallion, Tony Salerno. He's back.
Yes,
He
I'm
loves
back.
introducing him like that.
And also we have a Bob Cardella with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
We're intruding his space.
We are intruding
That's
in
okay.
space.
It's great to have you.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Bob, we are the #1 podcast in Westport. Wow. The #1.
That's incredible.
Okay.
We're
I
actually
can't
the
believe I'm a
#1
part
real
of this.
estate podcast in the world.
This is
We're so
fantastic.
happy you're a part of this.
This is fantastic for me. This is my day in the lights.
My day in the lights. That's funny.
What a beautiful office you have.
Thank you very much. Thank
Just
you.
moved here recently.
I'm starstruck, Bob.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited. It's brand new space. Still got that new office smell. It's great. We love it.
And you design and create some amazing homes.
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
there's a few of these shots, but
We'll
definitely
what we
leave
do.
the
Well, yeah. Before we
we'll
jump,
leave the website below.
Right. Before we jump into Bob, how did everybody's week go? Anything exciting going on?
It's a good week.
Exciting. Just getting ready for Vegas.
Okay.
Tomorrow's Vegas.
Tomorrow is Vegas.
I have to show houses all morning and all day in hopes that I catch the limo in
The
time.
limo was leaving at 3:30.
All right. Well,
3:30.
So that means everybody has to hit the ATM machines, the bank, CVS, Walgreens.
yep.
You know what that means?
Yeah,
Shall
I
we
don't know
repeat
what
that?
that means.
All of
What are you
it.
saying?
3:30 it leaves. The train leaves at 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, it's a Saturday, so everyone wants to see homes. And how could you tell them no when we're going to be away for a few days? So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to Vegas. Can you wait till
right.
next week?
No.
It won't work that way?
Nope.
Yes.
Does not.
No, it doesn't
So-
work that way.
That's it. Just trying to wrap up the week so then we can have a few days.
Okay.
You know, probably not possible, but we'll see.
Tony?
Well, people have spring fever, so and they really want to see what's coming on, what's come on the market,
Okay.
and
There's a
'cause
shortage.
they're not staying on the market, so it's
So
key.
I'll follow up with that. Is since the month of February, we've done 14 million in pre-approvals.
It's crazy.
Crazy, right? And it's not the end of February yet.
Right.
And they're not hitting at all. Like, when are these going to start hitting? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So at
it's
some
exciting.
point, we're going to be super busy.
Yeah.
But we need some inventory, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
that's exactly
Yeah,
it. That's
we're at a
why
point where we need to create inventory.
yeah,
That's
lots of
probably
buyers and not
one
enough
of
homes.
our record months of pre-approvals.
Yeah, for especially February. Jeez.
Right, for February.
Crazy. That's
Right.
good. All
No,
things.
good problem, right? But we need some houses.
Uh-huh. Need to find some houses.
So, Joe, you have a sticker on your shirt. What is that?
I do. Thank you for
For the audio listeners, they can't see that, but
Is this?
Can you pan into that, JJ?
Is this because you forget
Oh,
your
he's gonna
name
pull
once in a
something
while?
out.
What is that?
I do forget my name once in a while, so I'm a donor.
yeah.
I donate blood every 10 weeks.
Awesome.
I'm O negative, so my blood goes to newborn babies,
And you made a difference.
and I make a difference.
Yep.
You've been doing this for a long time.
I have. The past couple of years, I started doing it.
Yeah.
So I have tiger blood. What can I say?
I don't know
He
what
has
that
heart.
is.
I do have heart.
You do have heart. That's for
So you
sure.
got any good stories this week?
No, other than the pre-approvals, I was super excited about. But we just need to start hitting some. You know, they got to convert.
Yeah.
Get them going, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then obviously we're leaving. I'm leaving with everybody, the crew tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when we want to get super busy, we go away, and then the shit hits the fan.
Judy,
right?
Bob's wife, is known for that. She goes away. She sells. How?
Yeah, Bob.
Every
That
single
reminds me
time.
now. Should we talk about why Judy's not joining me for the first time in 4 years or 3 years?
In Vegas?
Yes, because
Nice.
she's my partner in crime. I watch her. She watches me.
She said something about Tony and deodorant. I'm not. It was something awkward.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
You know what?
That was the reason.
I believe that.
Pretty sure that was.
We
it.
don't. She's not here. We don't want to out her Vegas behavior, but
Yeah, it's
you
our
know,
fourth
I
annual
don't think
and
she's
Judy's
allowed to go
missing.
back.
I'm a little upset on my partner.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
All right, so let's jump into this.
Yeah. Bob.
All right.
We're here in this grand space. And I know you started in the basement of your house
I did.
years ago. That's
did.
a pretty amazing story.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's. It feels like forever. I quit my job I think Judy and I got married, or maybe it was we bought our first house, and then we had our first child all within like the same month.
That was a busy year.
That was a busy month. That's when I was
Talk about
younger. and
planning.
I didn't care as much. I don't think I could do that now. I'm too afraid. But at the time, it
worked out though.
It worked out. 20 plus years later, here we are. So it's exciting. Yeah, I'm very excited.
That's really good. You were telling me about a project you're working on. Is all of your work here in Connecticut?
No, we're a little spread out now. Majority of the work is in Connecticut, Westchester, I would say. But we have projects that we've gone to California, we've gone to Rhode Island. We're just finishing a big project in Jupiter, Florida.
That's cool.
So it's been kind of exciting where you get to travel a little bit and try different places, which is
That's really exciting.
always great to tap into different markets and see how it works.
So what are people looking for these days? As far as I know, you designed some beautiful custom homes.
Mm-hmm.
Big, small. What's the trend? What are people looking for?
Okay, good question. I think what I'm seeing is there's always those clients that want to come in and do a large custom home, and those are wonderful for us. And I just think, that happens. The more popular opinion I think today is the smaller house on a smaller piece of property that is described as more of a transitional style home. So everyone in the past wanted either a Georgian colonial or a shingle style or something very much based in traditional architecture. So it's New England, it's Greenwich, Connecticut, whatever it is. And then on the interior, they would have some fun. They would use modern furniture, modern finishes, and you could see some examples of that in our portfolio. What's exciting about today is people are allowing that modern aspect of design to translate into the architecture itself. They're more willing to do that. So you're seeing those really fun projects that are not, covered in crown moldings and trim and aren't really obligated to things that identify a classical or traditional architecture that the forms might be, but they themselves are very, you can have, as a designer, you can have much more fun. It becomes more like sculpture,
Right. It's taken a long time for the large percentage of people to go back to that, or maybe, am I correct in saying to go back to that contemporary style or that more modern looking style?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it in my career, for whatever reason. There's a few architects locally who focus on modern architecture, the Apple Store, the glass box, and we've never been that. Those architects have had clients come to them to do those houses, and they're amazing projects. Now they're coming to us because we've sort of dipped our toe into that market a little bit, and I think there's some examples that you can see in our portfolio that we can use to present to potential clients to get them excited about the concept, so that we can sort of walk into a project that they can have fun with. That's really a reflection of their personality, and it's just a great time. It's a cool time. It's much more fun than it was 10, 15 years ago.
That's awesome.
And you really get to know people and what they're like, and
Good and bad.
Yeah, it's a very intimate experience.
I bet.
It is for sure. It's very personal because it's their home. But it's really rewarding. We end up, with every project, we get a really good friend at the end of the day, and we become a member of their family. They become a member of our family, and in most cases, we get invited back to do other projects or a different project or a vacation home or whatever it might be. So, to me, that's the ultimate compliment.
that's fantastic. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you, from the inception of a project, how long are you with a client?
Oh boy, it really depends. The Jupiter, Florida project, ironically, was a client that 7-8 years ago, we designed a house for her up here in Connecticut. By the time we finished that, sadly, her house in Jupiter caught fire, so that was that project. So we quickly went down there about 3 years ago, and that's been under construction for about 3 years.
Wow.
But I'm happy to report in about a month, she'll actually be living there.
That's
And
good.
she will be very excited about that.
Yeah.
It's been a long road for her, but the furniture's getting moved in as we speak.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just a normal building time for something? I'm assuming this is a very custom home.
It's a very custom home, and it's a very large home that requires a lot of specialty. You know,
That's great.
every piece of it, from the kitchen cabinets to the base moldings and trim. You know, the moldings and trim are actually cut out of Calcutta gold marble. Like it's not wood, so it's very it's a very custom home.
It's extreme home.
It's so interesting, and I'm sure building here and then going down here, people don't want the same home as they would have here. You know.
No.
So you get different experiences all the time, different options, and
Yeah,
I
this
can
is.
only imagine.
If you saw this house, which I'd love to show you, you'd say that house is in Florida. Like,
Right.
If that house was here,
It's a Florida home. Typical.
It's a Florida
would
home, yes.
stick out a little bit.
Just a little bit.
No wood shingles.
right? No wood shingles. No wood shingles. But
Fantastic.
yeah, it's a really fun. I'm looking forward to her moving in and seeing that finished product.
Bob, looking around here, I see all these beautiful pictures. Where do you get all these ideas? Like, how do you put something together? Just amazing. Like, I come in here and I'm starstruck, like I told you earlier.
Thank you. I wish I could tell you exactly how it's done, but because it's kind of like doing math. I've been doing it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a collaboration. The client comes in. Obviously, there's a property involved with every project. There might be an existing house involved with a renovation, which, you know, we have to really consider how we're going to approach a project like that, because it affects the scale and the proportion and how do you stitch into it. A new house, we look at things like, you know, potential views, the way natural light's going to be incorporated into a plan, all of the things that make a really great home to be in, a happy place, you know. And then we sort of stitch in the client's desires. You know, obviously the client's going to come in with not only a program of these are the rooms I want and this is what I hope to accomplish, but these are some of the things that I see in your portfolio that I appreciate and I think are really interesting. And maybe there's a couple other things that they come in, and then I become a little bit of a shepherd. You know, I pull all those things together, and, you know, we start to develop something very loosely as a group. And then, you know, we start at 10,000 feet, and then as the process moves forward, we get tighter and tighter in the design. Once we get the design approved, we do our working drawings and take it out to bid and get the right person to build it, and then we're out there making sure it gets built right.
Yeah,
So
you
cool.
absolutely have to do that. Otherwise, you'll be in the design phase
Right.
for a long time.
Right. It's a
Just bring them in.
It's a process for us,
Yeah.
very much so. It's like, even, you know, a small addition renovation follows the same path as a $20 million new home. Like, they literally follow the same path.
That's great.
Yeah, all these pictures are all so different. You
It's
know,
just a matter of where to
just
look.
it, there's
I don't know
just
where
so
to
many
look.
different photos, so many different. You know, talk about how you were saying in the beginning, you didn't put yourself really in one box.
Yeah.
You can come and sort of really express people's individual personalities, and you don't stick them in one line.
Well, thank you.
You can tell, you know.
It's really nice. I take that as a great compliment, because I don't like anyone describing me as having a signature or a particular style or
You
anything
could see
like
that.
that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, plus the client wants to make sure that their personality's in the house.
Absolutely.
So that they can tell people that they had a hand in designing it.
Yeah.
correct?
Absolutely. You're 100% correct. Like,
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. That's a trick. It's not a trick. I use it on every project. If I can take something that the client's excited about and bake it into the design of the house,
Make it reality.
that client's going to love it. You know what I mean? They're going to love it. And so there's absolutely no doubt I'm working hard to do that. on
Truly a
everyone.
partnership in
Absolutely.
that respect.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I'm just like so much to take in.
I know. I kept on looking at all the pictures.
Yeah. Well,
I
this
know
is the
that
first
this
time
is-
we've been here.
This is a little bit off subject, but I had a market analysis on 2 days ago in Norwalk, and it's this neighborhood, working class neighborhood, just, you know, built in the late 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm driving down the road, and I've shown houses in the area before, but, you know, some raised ranches, you know, your typical, you know, home
What you'd expect to
subdivision,
see, yep.
right? But as I'm driving through the street, I start to notice that some of these homes are structurally, like, the foundations are literally sinking and crumbling.
Ooh.
It's this whole neighborhood in Norwalk, and it's just crazy how the whole neighborhood, one house
Was affected.
or another, is affected.
Yeah.
roof lines, foundations bulging. Just like I walked through one of the homes that the gentleman wants to sell, and it just like went in so many different directions. And it's crazy how I understand it was 1969, but I can't understand how.
It must have been the same developer, right, who did all of the
Same
homes?
developer. From what I understand, it was built on some sort of landfill slash
Bad
old
soil.
landfill
Yeah.
slash wetlands,
Right.
and just
Yeah,
it
not
was
good.
a little bit of an oversight.
Right, right.
Norwalk or Fairfield?
Norwalk.
Oh, okay.
But it was amazing that the foundation issues. Yeah.
Yeah, they have to sign disclosures now up there.
Wow.
Foundation disclosures.
Yeah, that's some scary stuff. That's because it's a tough fix, right? What are you going to do with those houses?
Right, nothing. People are abandoning them.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the helical piles and bracket the foundation, but that's cost prohibitive. Would you do that? That's $100,000 fix.
Well,
Right.
that's the problem, right? Is that you're lifting a house and building a foundation under it.
Right.
It's not as easy as it sounds, right?
Right, right. Yeah, it's not to get technical on you, but any new house that we do, because we do a lot of waterfront, and waterfront around here at least is traditionally fill, right? So when they built 95 or whatever, they just filled over the marshlands and created a coastline. And so 9 out of 10 properties we work on are junk, are unstable soil conditions. So we do borings, test borings to tell us what it is, and then we work with the engineer to design a proper foundation.
Yeah, to
Where-
get to
where needed.
virgin soil.
Yeah, because you can get in big trouble if you just start digging a hole and pouring concrete, and things don't work out so well.
So many different aspects to that.
A leaning
Job.
house. That's bad.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
bad.
want one of your hardworking houses just. That'd be
Exactly.
Nightmare.
We meant
Nightmare.
to do it that way.
Yeah.
It was going to tilt. A little bit of a tilt.
You got to be careful.
Natural settling.
So, Joe, what happened in Fairfield?
No, I don't want to get to it. Nope. I gave you enough info, maybe too much already. So I'm going to advise everybody listening to go to Bob's Facebook page or Instagram page. It's Robert A. Cardello Architects.
Mm-hmm.
The photos are amazing.
Thank you.
This podcast does him no justice. Go on the pictures and look at them.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Trust me.
Appreciate it.
Visit the website also.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out the website. And it'll be, have all the information down below.
Yeah, and he has a good team. So even any questions, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
All
joining
right,
us.
Bob. Well, thanks for joining us.
Oh,
Thanks for
okay.
having us here.
I know.
You were going to be
it's
so
hard-
busy after this. It's gonna be
It's hard to
crazy.
talk with
Number
all these
one.
pictures and TV moving on.
Number
Yeah,
one is
number
stop
one
staring at everything.
podcast.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much. You're the
All right.
best.
Appreciate it.
Take care, Bob.
Appreciate it.
Look at now we have Bob's better half.
Jesus.
Look at this. This is incredible.
Although this is a lot slammed into
This is
one
incredible.
episode.
Not
Should I
only
turn
do
it
we
this
have
way?
Bob
Can I turn
Cardello, now we have the other half.
Judy, the better half.
She does. She
I
had.
did
she
do
used,
a
Judy's
couple of
gotta go on.
voiceover
she used to do
commercials.
voiceovers, and she doesn't want to be on the podcast.
You guys gonna hire me
have
for
you
any
ever heard her
voiceover work?
sing?
We're good.
Just picture it this
I
way.
come
It's,
cheap.
it's really
Have
audio
you ever
only,
heard her
so.
sing, John? Amazing.
Crazy.
All right. Well, we have Judy Cardello, Bob's wife, joining us.
This was a
Thanks for
nice
having me.
surprise.
One of our superstar agents at Remax.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
She's like the best part of our family, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You guys are too kind. Even though I'm not going to Vegas, you're still being nice to
We're
me.
going to get
Oh,
to there,
she-
Judy, but not yet.
she brought that up.
I brought that up.
There's two people in the room that aren't going, and I'm very upset with both of them.
I can imagine. Next year we're in, though. Guaranteed.
Yes, that's what they all say.
I think you have to take a year off of Vegas.
Every
Every other
You're
year.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
We did so much good singing in Vegas.
True.
You remember that?
Yeah, lots of singing,
Bon Jovi.
dancing.
There's the bathroom on the right.
Yeah.
Judy, how long you been a real estate agent for?
Let's see, just about 4 years.
4 years.
4
And
years.
You're
Yep.
working. You're working for Remax now.
Work for Remax Heritage.
how's that
Love
going?
the team. It's going fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it. It's super supportive. You guys are amazing. I always tell you that. But the other agents, everybody's very supportive of each other. It's really a team, which is what I was looking for. Getting in late in the game, I didn't really want to be in a super competitive environment. I think we all compete with ourselves as far as what our personal growth is and managing our own business. So from that perspective, it's been amazing.
Yeah, that was important too. I remember because we made the transition together, but
Yeah.
you wanted a good vibe, good, what do they say, culture, in the office.
Positive
and-
energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And we definitely have that at Remax Heritage.
Good.
Yeah.
We love
Good.
our family.
Yeah, we have a good family. We have a good group.
We really
and
do.
you've been doing great since you. I mean,
Thank you.
I remember we had that conversation. We always talk about it. You felt like you didn't fit in at first. Remember?
Well, you know, I was a little bit older than the average agent that I came in
Definitely
with.
older
So
than me.
I mean,
I'm not older than
that's
Tony.
true, but you felt uncomfortable. You and I
Yeah,
had a
well-
one-on-one meeting.
Yep. And
Right.
I was like, you know, I understand I'm sort of low man on the totem pole and, you know, just want to know how it was going to work. And Joe made a point, you made a point of telling me that I wasn't and that, you know, you treat everybody equally and we're here to help you. And that's exactly what happened. I think that's why I've had some success.
Some success.
Yeah,
I've
Some
had some good
success?
More than
success.
You had
some.
You have a lot of success.
Thank you.
And you started off the year 2020 like sprinting. We have a few of you that are sprinting out of the
Yeah,
gates.
Sales
Yeah.
You're one
award
of
for
them.
January, which is
You're a
great.
rocket.
Yep, I love the
Definitely.
recognition. And also, too, with regard to real estate, I think we've talked about this a bunch of times, just about putting good energy out there and getting good energy back. You know, this industry can be very challenging, I think, at times. It's a very emotional process, but I love that, you know, I think it stems from the top. You know, you guys put good energy out there, and then we, in turn, put it out there for our clients, and hopefully everybody's happy at the end of the day.
Awesome. So listen, we have some questions that a couple of our viewers asked us. We have not gotten to them yet, so we wanted you to bring you in and help you answer these.
Sure.
So how do we?
switch agents.
How does a buyer like not happy with their agent? How do they switch? And I don't know this answer, so I'm going to let the three of you.
Good question.
It is a good question.
Right. So someone's not doing a good job,
I
and
mean, someone's never done that to me. Has
I-
someone done that to you?
I haven't experienced it, thankfully.
Yeah,
but
no. So I guess the first thing is
But you've had agents come to you that have switched.
Wanted
and,
to-
and this is why the question got brought up. So you've had, I know you have other agents,
Oh,
Jen,
yeah.
that have come
Yeah.
to you from other, like not that I hate, it's not working out. They're not responding to me like I want
Right.
them to. Et
Well, I
cetera.
guess our broker would say you can't really tell them how, but they have to talk to their agent, right? I mean, it all comes down to the contract they signed.
Right.
Right.
So that's a buyer that is not happy with their current agent for one reason or another. It doesn't
Yeah.
work out. Sometimes you have to break up, you know.
Yeah, they're
You
frustrated.
may want to break up with your client. You never know.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yeah. So it's a matter of making sure that any contract that you have in place, and a binding contract is both signatures, both parties' signatures, and a start and a finish date. So, and if that's still in place, then you have to make sure that one of the two people are, or both people are in agreement that it's going to be.
yeah. And a buyer broker
Canceled.
can be
So
just
what happens? So what happens? Sorry, Jen.
No.
What happens if you don't? Not you. An agent doesn't want to cancel. Like someone's working with me. They're not happy with what I'm doing. They're like, "We're leaving you. We want to cancel this." I'm like, "No way. You can't. You have a contract with me." How do you handle that?
Well, then that's a
I-
tough one.
It's a good
tough
question.
one.
It's an excellent question.
That's up to
question.
the buyer to really take it to the next level, to the agent's broker.
because I've had that.
Because
that
no
happen.
one should be forced to working with someone.
Imagine that
If-
experience down the line. It's just never going to be,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
If that person is doing them a disservice, and the buyer is certainly not happy or satisfied, no reputable real estate company or broker is going to hold someone hostage,
Right.
or at the same time legally bind up someone from purchasing a home
Yeah.
Right.
or even selling a home for that
Yeah.
matter.
And, you know, I always say, too, I want them to work with me as much as I want to work with them.
Right.
You spend a lot of time together, you know, and you want it to be a mutually beneficial and happy relationship for the most part.
Right. It's
Absolutely.
difficult enough to find a home.
Yeah.
It's difficult enough if you're buying a home because it's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a big thing for people to do. And then you have this person like holding you hostage.
Yeah, and, you know,
or
buying-
not doing their job.
Yeah, and you don't want to add that into the overwhelming process that they've already gone through of finding a home,
Yeah.
going to see the home, getting the financing, and then they're stuck with someone they don't, you know, it just adds a whole nother layer where we're just there to support and
Yeah.
show them, you know what I mean? It should be very, I don't know, seamless. And you don't really want to hold someone if they don't want to work with you, right? I mean,
Right.
would you?
No, God, no.
No.
If someone's complaining about me,
See
I
you
won't
later.
hold them to it.
See
Like,
you
hey,
later.
listen, that hasn't happened. But
Yeah.
if they were unhappy with me, like in the mortgage process, say they had a complaint,
Sure.
go.
Right. So
Yeah.
what would it be? I mean, 9 times out of 10, when I see it is only because they can't get into the home because
Right.
the agent's busy, they're not around, they don't answer their phones, and that's most of the time the reason they're calling and saying, "Can you show it to me?"
Right.
You know, which we can't if they're signed, but you know, that's it's. I guess the simple answer is cancellation.
Right.
Cancellation. Exactly.
Agreed.
And
Cancellation.
as a buyer, get a copy of your contract.
Right, because it
Most-
might be property specific.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Most professional agents will have you sign electronically, and you will have a copy right away. Because most of the issues that we've ever had in the past, the buyer doesn't have the contract, doesn't know where it went, never got a copy.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some agents do some crazy things like change dates when the contract is actually expired and try to collect their
Yeah.
commissions. We've had that happen.
Scribbles, scratches,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not
here
good.
we just changed it.
Right.
which is so
You know.
crazy. Yeah. So simple form
Yeah.
cancellation. That's what we need is a cancellation. But another question we had in relation to this, does a buyer pay commission?
That's a very good question too.
So a lot of people don't know that.
Judy, does buyer pay commission?
The buyer does not pay commission with Remax Heritage. I'll tell you that.
Shameless plug. We like that.
She's a better plug than we are.
I love it.
Judy, you know
it's-
you're on the #1 podcast in Westport, right?
I heard that. That's why I'm here. No, I love that about our
And
agency.
soon in Fairfield, maybe.
Fairfield
Yeah.
County.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
No, definitely not Fairfield.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that the buyer is there for them. They don't have to pay them a penny, and the buyer's broker is there for them. They don't have to pay them a penny, and it's negotiated when the house goes for sale.
Right. All commissions are paid by the seller per the MLS listing.
Yep. A lot of people don't know that. They think, what am I going to owe you? I don't want to call an agent. I'm going to have to pay them. You know, can't I just walk into any house? You know, can't you, if it's your listing, just show it to me and I have to pay you? You know, that sort of thing. There's a lot of confusion. Can you show me every house that's on the market, even though it's not your listing?
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion for someone who doesn't know.
There are though occasions that the buyer does pay the commission, but very seldom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be in the deal somehow.
Tony likes to get complicated.
No, it's just we want to be like accurate, maybe.
Oh,
Kinda,
right.
sorta.
It is right. So buyer commissions do exist,
They
but
do.
our
They
office
do.
personally,
We
do
don't.
not charge buyer commission.
And that's
Right.
where?
That's at Remax Heritage,
Oh, okay.
20 Saugatuck Avenue, Westport,
Also in Monroe.
also in Monroe.
yes, yes. That
All
was
right.
that was the majority of our questions. I know we have a few, but we can go on forever. That's for sure.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Judy, thank you for joining
Thanks
us.
for having me.
We got her in the chair.
Finally.
We got her in the
Shocking.
chair.
So,
Finally.
you know, before we say goodbye, Judy, why aren't you going to Vegas with us?
You know, I have a lot of work to do.
I don't
and-
remember the quote I told JJ last week about him not coming.
What was it?
I'm not going to say it to you, but because it's pretty bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's going to scar me for life.
He could take it. Not that you can't take it, but I wouldn't talk to you that way.
Well, I appreciate that. No, I have just too many clients that need me right now.
Yeah,
I
my
you just
dog-
came back
cannot go
from
away.
My
Florida.
dog
And I
ate my
just came
homework.
back from
Yeah.
a wedding in Florida, so family wedding. So from that,
We're going with that
perspective.
with that one.
yeah,
Family
family
wedding.
wedding,
I will go
which
family
is
wedding.
true. Family wedding in Florida. So
I did
you
see
know,
those pictures.
Yes, it was
I
a
mean, that
lovely
was
wedding.
last week, though.
It was just last
Yeah,
weekend.
right. But
Yeah.
like, we're going.
So you know, I have to get back to work.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
'cause
that
Oh.
that's the
modern
most
farmhouse is
important thing.
amazing.
All right, well, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us. Any final words, Jen, Tony?
Thanks for watching, viewing, subscribing, liking, commenting.
Share.
Sharing.
We need to
Sharing.
share this.
Sharing
Please
and caring.
share.
Yes. Yes.
Keep
yes.
the questions coming, please.
Yes.
We will get to them.
Yes.
It might not be in the next episode, but we will get to them.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a live sometime soon where we actually can interact and talk,
Right.
even if it's just a short episode. That might be fun to change things up
And
a little
maybe
bit.
we'll have something special in a week or two from Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
But Judy won't be in.
I will not be
Sorry.
there, but I will be watching
Okay, good.
and
Good.
sharing and liking and
Viewing.
don't worry, viewing.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, I just want to remind you, like, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you next episode. Why did I get to volunteer for this one?
Because you're so good.